Hello, Gems. I guess that name is going to be stuck now. So, to those who are new here, welcome to my channel, Diadem's Diary, and those who are returning, welcome back. I hope you are enjoying your stay, and I'm truly sorry that most of these videos are taking forever to be uploaded. Well, this month of June, I have noticed a lot about myself lately that I just keep comparing myself to others a lot. So, it just hit me now. It's a habit that I need to quit. I really needed to stop. The things I compare myself with people are how intelligent I am, how my body looks, how talented I am, or the skills that I have, the influence that I have on certain people, like the way I talk, the way I walk, and like my lifestyle. I compare that to other people, like other people's skills and how smart they are and how talented they are and how their body looks and how their lifestyle is. Like it's so much, and I think Instagram kind of like made it worse a little bit for me, but I just gotta keep doing me. Like I've been comparing myself since I was in middle school, like looking at others who were smarter than me, prettier than me, and they were in relationships. Some people were skinnier than me with more confidence. Like some of them were more confident than I was, and I wasn't as confident as I am today. But most important, the most thing that I did compare myself a lot to was my food and what I eat. I mostly compare the person that I mostly compared myself about my life was my sister. I compared myself a lot with her because she's the she's the person that everyone wants to talk to or talk about around me. At school, she at school people will always say like, "You're so and so sister. Oh, where is she? How is she? Oh, like, oh, I know you because you're so and so sister." And then at church, it'll always be like, "Where's your sister?" And everyone always talked to my sister more than they talked to me. And mind you, at church I wasn't shy compared to school. Like I was pretty loud. Well, like yeah, I was really loud in school. I mean, in church and not in school because church was a place for comfort for me because I knew everyone since I was younger. Um, yeah, at home, I would compare to my sister because my parents would always say, "Oh, look what your sister has accomplished. She accomplished this. She accomplished that. She's very confident. Your sister." And then I would always hear, "Look what your sister did. Your sister did that." Sometimes it was good. Sometimes it was bad. And then I would consider myself to be like the dumb sibling out of us three. Um, my younger siblings, I felt like my younger siblings were smarter than me and more talented than I was, and they were more like put in place, like they know what they wanted to do than I am. Like the only award that I would always get in school was the attendance award, and which was like that wasn't even my doing because my parents would make me go to school no matter what. Like even if I wanted to not show up, my parents would make me show up. Even when I was sick, I would show up. So that was my parents and not me. I got one award, which was for for honor roll, and that was one time. while like my siblings got honor rolls and they got into the honor roll society. So I would always think I was the dumb one, and like, because I didn't read a lot, and I would most times get punished because like I wasn't able to read well, and I don't know why, but my siblings were like well read, and I wasn't as well read as they were. Um, they were more knowledgeable about certain things, and I tried to be knowledgeable because I always wanted to be considered good in my family. But yeah, the thing like even the thing that they wanted to be in the future, like as a grown up, was more acceptable in my family members' eyes. Like me being a fashion designer, most people in my family think that's just a hobby, but like people in my back home in Nigeria will think that's a good job because like you could fetch a lot of money with it in Nigeria because a lot of people are always looking for seamstresses, but in America, that's a kind of it's not that easy. One time in high school, my mom took me and my sister to go shopping for lingerie, and all I hear was the salesperson tell my mom that my sister has a good body, and I just felt so bad. My esteem went way low that I was just like, dang, even my body to other people is not even good looking. And like, no wonder my sister was able to get this person and that person and be friends with so many people, and I literally only had maybe one friend or like, I don't know, like, yeah, I guess. And like people would always even in college, one of my friends, well, I won't say we're friends, but like we're not as close anymore. One of my friends literally told me that she wished that I was my sister because she wanted to hang out with my sister more because she's more fun compared to me. But yeah, I forgive her, but that really did hurt me. My self-esteem kept going down literally every single time because I felt like every single day somebody was saying something that compared to my sister she would do better than me, and like I didn't look as great compared to everybody else, and it really affected me in so many ways. Like even in college, like people didn't compare me to anybody else, but I started doing it to myself. Like for my fashion class, I would literally see these ladies like who have been sewing since they were 10 years old. Most of the ladies were so beautiful, well dressed, like they were dressed like in a fashion, like they were fashion models. And I was just like, dang, I don't dress like this because I can't afford to dress like the way you guys dress, and like I'm not skilled to dress like the way you guys are dressed. And I'm always wearing the same outfit because all I go is church, home, and school. And I went to a school that had a uniform, except for high school, where I went to a school with no uniform, but still my mom was the one buying me my clothes, and I didn't want to make them think that I was exposing too much of my body. It was more of like baggy clothes and cover up. But yeah, I took that to college, and I just kept comparing myself to them, and I compared my skills and how I look around them, and it really did affect me in my classes because I always thought that I wasn't good enough to be in a class. Um, but to since I compared a lot to them, I kind of realized that I lost so much opportunity to even connect with my classmates. Even now, when I talk to my parents, I always say, "Oh, I am a fast sewer compared to some of my classmates. I am not the only one in my classmates that is finding it hard to find a job." even like when I went to Detroit, I compared myself. Detroit, when I went to Detroit and Canada, I was comparing myself with the girls that went with me and two professors for research in Detroit and Canada. It was really difficult for me, and it didn't really dawn upon me until then that like, dang, like I have a comparisons issue. Um, I was mostly comparing myself with them about like the food that I eat and how I eat. Well, like not how I eat, but like because I eat very elegantly, I guess. I don't know. To be honest, in my head, I think I eat elegantly. Sorry for the rant, but yeah. Um, I was more worried that my food was too big. I didn't really enjoy my food as much because I kept thinking like, oh, my food's gonna cost too much, and everyone's food, everyone like I want to make sure that my portion was not too big compared to everyone else's portion. Even with even at my friend's bachelorette party, I kept comparing myself to them. I was more worried about like if I looked like I was in place with them, like if I fit in. When we went out, we didn't go out, we stayed in the house. So like no matter what I did wear, which was the color blue, I would have still fit in. But yeah, I always thought like, oh my goodness, what if I don't, what if I look out of place with these beautiful women that who are her friends? But I just need to really stop comparing myself to others, and I need to constantly remind myself that everyone is comparing themselves to other people because there's always someone much younger than you, smarter than you, pretty than you, more stylish than you, well read than you, more experienced and more talented than you, but mostly me, I'm thinking about. And someone is probably thinking the same thing about me, like that I'm much prettier than them, that I'm smarter than them, that I'm like more talented than them, that I'm more stylish than them. So like everyone is always comparing themselves. We are always thinking about like the outside part of people, but like we always forget to look at ourselves and how we could be, well, not we, but like me, how I could do better than who I was yesterday. So I just gotta remind myself that I should not be comparing myself with other people. Other people are struggling with their own problems and going through their own things and going through their own comparisons with others. The only person I should be comparing myself to is my yesterday self. Like, how can I make my today self be better than my yesterday self, or my 5 years old self, or like me 5 years ago? Like, that is one thing that I need to work on, and know that I am confident that I am who I am. God made me for who I am, and I should really not compare myself to others and just enjoy life as I see it, because I could only see things through my eyes and no one else's. I could only hear from other people's perspective and try to imagine, but I can never really know it until I live it. And same thing for other people, like they would never know my experience or see things through my eyes until they are me. So I gotta just stop comparing myself. So like, what are you guys comparing yourself to? Tell me down in the comments below. Have a great day and thank you for listening. Bye.